All right. So recently, those of us who use YouTube Shorts, aka not me, but also sometimes me on accident, may have seen this person, anti-prophet, who claims to not be a prophet. However, seems to speak a whole lot of Japanese. He simultaneously is like, no, don't listen to me. I don't know anything. And then it's like, boom, 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 boom. Speak, 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 speak. Listen to me, 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 listen to me. Um, pick a side, buddy. But we're gonna be picking out a few, some interesting titles, and we're gonna be looking at them. First, one that really stands out to me is Origins of Homosexuality, and then right after that we got Abuse is Your Responsibility. So that's ooh, my thoughts on Animal Farm seems pretty spicy. Anyways, let's go. Oh shit, it starts off muted.
Discomfort with aggression and horseplay as kids. This is
Fuck. What? Hold on. How do
I was in a relationship. Camille Paglia has this idea that men become homosexuals because of a discomfort with aggression and horseplay as kids. This is born out of being too
men are gay because they like other guys. That's what I think. That's what I think happens.
Close with their mother and idolizing the feminine, and then basically either over worshipping the feminine or becoming too familiar with it and as a result becoming indifferent. However, another
That's I feel like these people need like a gay person that isn't a part of the gay community to exist at them. Just exist at them. Exist in their direction. Because when they say gay, they think gay community. Like, there's a difference between a gay person and a gay community. You can have straight people in the gay community. You can have gay people in the straight community. It's really a connection based on shared mannerisms. Like, certain patterns of speech, certain hand thingamajiggers, certain stances, certain ways of dressing that can align you with the straight or gay community. Of course, this says nothing about your sexuality. It can align you more feminine or it can align you more masculine. Of course, this says nothing about your sex. It's really just fucking stupid. And that being said, this dude dresses gay as fuck.
Another guy named Hero MJ takes it even further. He
Also, his hand movements, gay as shit, dude. Fucking, look at that. It's gay as fuck.
posits the idea that men now become gay because they see through the absurdity of modern life. Back in the day, in order to prove their masculinity, men would literally conquer physical territory. It was about conquering the world.
They would also conquer other dudes. They would also conquer other dudes. They did that a lot too. You would know if you paid attention to history class.
And dominating others in the process. But now, in the year 2023, there's nothing left to conquer because
There's a couple of things to conquer.
he's smarter
Like other dude.
than everyone else and sees through the nonsense. This young
Yeah. People become gay just because they're too high IQ. They escape the matrix and they become gay as shit. That's how it works.
man that we're talking about once again distances himself from masculinity because of its absurdity and again begins to
I do think masculinity is absurd. That being said, I'm not a gay man. But masculinity, pretty stupid. Methinks.
eroticize it as a result. Now, who knows if any of this has any merit to it? However,
It doesn't. You're literally just presenting a crackpot theory by like shit nobody's ever heard of, while dressing and moving gaily as shit.
it does touch on something
Look at that fucking. And then the shirt. Come on, tell me he's not in the closet.
we all instinctively feel and think that the recent rise in LGBTQ relationships likely has something to do with how fucked up and hollow the modern world really is.
Okay, and that doesn't really say much. I have a personal theory, and I'm very welcome being proven wrong. So I think it is more to do with population density. In other mammals, we see populations with a high density, and there we get a population with more homosexual behavior. We get gay wolves and overpopulated wolf packs. We have bonobos who just fuck everything. And we have transgender lions. We have stuff like that. I think it is more to do with the assumption or the gathering of roles. And some people have to fill certain roles, and some people have to fill these roles, some people have to fill those roles. It's just how it is, you know? I think it's more about on a mass biological scale more than it is about, oh, society is fucked, bruh. I think it says more. I think it's a more interesting view, and it is a more realistic view to view this biologically, as it is a biological behavior. Anyways,
I was in a Camille
next video we got is abuse is your responsibility, which I'm sure will be a good one.
I was in a relationship where my ex-wife physically,
Oh, he's divorced. That explains a lot.
emotionally, and sexually abused me. However,
That being said, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad to do to somebody.
in her childhood, she herself had been physically, emotionally, and sexually abused to a much higher degree than anything she ever did to me. After we divorced, one of the things I struggled with for a long time was where to put my anger and where to put the blame for everything that happened between us.
If you're so fucking mentally stunted to where you can't just think and be like, maybe I should channel my confusing feelings into something creative, or maybe I should go to fucking therapy, and you're like, you're just letting the anger build up. Fucking retarded, dude.
In realizing how useless this is, however, you realize that ultimately finding someone to blame isn't what's going to fix your problems. In fact, the only real question—
True. You have to solve your problems yourself. That being said, the problem being shoved on you for no reason is not your responsibility. The responsibility you have isn't with the abuse itself, it's with how you handle the abuse. It's with how you respond to it. There is no sort of anything that is about abuse that inherently is your responsibility unless you're the one doing the abuse.
that should be asked is this: who can and should take responsibility? And both of
The person who did the abusing. Dumbass.
those parts of the question are absolutely necessary, because everyone who's fucked you over in life should take responsibility. But there's only one person who can take responsibility right here in this moment, and that's you. Ultimately, I was
It's fucking stupid though, is it? It's fucking dumb.
the one who chose to marry a mentally ill addict. And you're
What? Is this just doomerism? Is this just like marital doomerism? Ugh. I chose to marry this addict because they have so much pain. Gah. Fucking shut the fuck up. You know, I hate to say man the fuck up, but man the fuck up. You chose in your framework. You chose to do this. You can choose to get out in your framework. Of course, I, as a reasonable person, recognize that maybe there's a little something more to this, and maybe there are societal standards that can maybe push men into getting into relationships when they are not ready with people who are also not ready. And you know, maybe we should stop that instead of being like, it's actually your fault you got abused. Maybe we should stop forcing people who aren't ready into relationships. How about that?
in your own life, when you take a look at the mistakes, yes, maybe you in your naivety chose to make the missteps you did. And while you and I can't change the mistakes from our past, we can take responsibility and choose to make different decisions moving forward. I was in a relationship.
I'll look for more motivational content. Who are you motivating, bruh? Like, I can't imagine a happy person watching this. I can't imagine somebody watching this with a smile on their face, like uplifted, ready to be like, yeah, Can't imagine this uplifting anybody. It's not motivational. Fucking, you're just posting doomerism. Fucking cringe.
Camille Paglia has this idea.
Oh my god, I don't know how to use YouTube Shorts. I'm stupid. We're gonna watch one more. Nature versus... Oh yeah, my thoughts on Animal Farm. That's one we were gonna watch.
I read Animal Farm for the first time this week. In
Animal Farm, I mean, I liked it. It was fine.
the book, the animals on Animal Farm start off by singing this song called Beasts of England, which basically says the world of man will be overthrown, the relationship between master and servant will be equal, and the utopia is on its way. Basically a communistic hymn. And in the book, the neighboring human farmers make fun of the song, saying that the animals are ridiculous and will fail in their revolution. But privately, they deeply fear that the Animal Farm will inspire other animals on other farms to start thinking about overthrowing their masters as well. This was a brilliant allegory for communism in the 20th century. Because
And then, that of course, you have to recognize with Animal Farm, you have to recognize the and then, but he can't recognize the and then because he's fucking stupid and doesn't know about character progression.
Because while the UK and the US were publicly laughing at the idea of communism in the USSR, privately they were terrified. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken the steps that they did all over the world to stomp communism out. And the reason they were terrified is because deep down, every capitalist knows that there is an inherent problem between the employer and the employed. If we were to, for whatever reason, create a different man-made fiction and flip the establishment on its head, this would absolutely terrify the elites because they would understand the power structure in the world would completely collapse, fuck them over in the process.
True. Okay. You know, he kind of cooked here. He's it's a very surface level. It's a very surface level understanding of Animal Farm, but it's an understanding that is somewhat correct. Man, I'm really surprised. We ended on a good note with this guy. Wow. Oh, damn. I'm kind of surprised. We ended on a semi-decent note. Of course, let me finish for him because he's too stupid to. Animal Farm, the problem with it, or the problem in the plot, is the ruling class, the pigs, the leaders of the revolution, get greedy. They lack principle. They become pretty much they become Stalin-esque, to where they are pretty much just Stalinists. And they become masochistic freaks. They become dictators. They become totalitarianist, and it leads to the exact same system being reinstated. It's a pretty clever commentary of totalitarianism's function and the way it uses other things as an excuse to forward itself. Of course, he's too stupid to realize this. He just thinks communism bad, and he thinks of this within a capitalist framework of, what if we flipped the thing on its head, but it was still capitalist? It was still capitalist. We can't have anything else. He's too stupid to think past that. I think that's where he really just ends. You know, he almost was right. He was almost right.